What if the real reason I'm stuck isn't fear of failure, but fear of being judged? If I knew then that trying to please everyone would keep me from becoming who I'm called to be, I would have stopped pulling back sooner. Welcome back to If I Knew Then. The conversation between the me I used to be and the me I've become. Last time I asked what to do when people don't support you. That one cut deep because rejection hurts. But here's what I've been wrestling with since then, older me, and maybe our listeners have been as well. What if the pain wasn't just from their silence? Maybe it was from how much I needed their approval in the first place. I care way too much about what people think, so much that I start playing small. How do I stop caring without becoming cold or disconnected? That's the trap, confusing approval with affirmation. The fear of rejection is real, but let me ask you this. What's more painful? Being misunderstood by them or missing the life you were made for? You can't fulfill purpose while performing for applause. You're not called to please people. You're called to impact lives. Let's talk about how to break free from that trap. I never realized how much I was losing myself just to make others comfortable. I thought keeping the peace meant losing my voice, which made me distant and quiet about my calling and purpose. Younger me, you're not alone in that feeling. For many of us, we were never taught how to set healthy boundaries, so pleasing people came easy as a way to make others happy. But pleasing people will always cost you something, usually your peace, your power, and your purpose. If you always say yes to others, you'll end up saying no to you and your calling. Man, that's powerful. So how do I stop caring so much? I don't want to seem arrogant, but I also don't want to keep feeling insignificant. I want to live the life I was meant in freedom and provision. Listen, that's not arrogant at all. It's living in alignment. You were never meant to live for the applause of the crowd. You were made to live for the approval of one. What can man do to me? If the Lord is on my side, so why should I fear rejection or people misunderstanding? I'm not supposed to conform to the pattern of what the world wants of me. This is about your true identity. The moment you discover who you are, you stop giving people the power to define you. Whew, I hear you. But it still hurts when they don't support me, when they talk about me like I'm crazy. And I feel so all alone pursuing my calling and walking out my purpose. Of course it hurts. It's meant to, in order to wean you from them. But rejection isn't your enemy. It's often your redirection. Rejection reveals what and who can't go with you. You're not being dismissed. You're being discovered. And as you mature in your calling and purpose through fulfilling your assignment, you'll see the value in taking a stand. Remember this, you can't fulfill your purpose while performing for approval. Okay, I think I'm ready to stop performing for people and start showing up on purpose. This conversation helped me see. It's not rejection I fear. It's the silence that comes when I no longer live for their approval. But now I know that silence is where God's voice gets louder. From now on, I'm choosing obedience over opinion, purpose over popularity, and truth over applause. And next time, I've got another question I know so many of us are asking. If I'm to fully embrace this purpose thing, can I really make a living doing what I love? I want to believe it's possible, but part of me still doubts it. Let's talk about that in the next episode. Older me, give us your final nugget before we close out today. That's it. That's the conversation that changes everything, because once you stop minimizing yourself to fit their mold, the next battle is believing that your calling can actually fund your life. If you've ever wrestled with the tension between passion and provision, then you can't afford to miss what's coming. Until then, remember, obedience is louder than opinions. Walk boldly, live freely, purpose over popularity, every time. If you've been seeking approval from others and you realize now that it's been hindering you walking in your freedom and living purposefully, comment below, no more performing. And don't just watch. Share this with someone who's been playing small for far too long. Your freedom might just unlock theirs. Trust me, you won't want to miss the next episode. Bye for now.